Verse 14. Okay, so we moved from just over there to another place with beautiful orchids. Don't know if I said, but there's in the previous verse you could see the Merdeka towers there in the back. Now we see again beautiful orchids here in the back. Verse 14. When they heard these words, some of the people said, "This really is the prophet." Okay, so they heard now the words of Jesus saying, "Living waters. And you, living water, rivers of water will flow out of you." This is as well prophecies that was made in the Old Testament. We will get to that as well when we get back to those books in the Old Testament where this were prophesied. Okay? They know these books, so they would be able to connect. They know the time in the desert, right? How water flow out of the rock. I mean, that's not kind of where you expect water to come from, because Moses speak to the rock, and then Moses another time hit the rock, which he wasn't supposed to. I already alluded to that. Okay. And Moses alluded as well to the fact that we point out there's a prophet and they knew that there was a prophet like Moses coming, and he's not here yet. But now they're saying this is truly the prophet, because he is speaking of that. He is this rock. He is from where, for you, if you believe in him, then this living waters will flow out of you. He is speaking of the Spirit. They did not understand that. Okay, John made it clear. At that stage, Jesus was not yet glorified. The Spirit was not, so it didn't happen yet. So they would not understand it. Like anything, basically, in this book, they were not really understanding or believing in it. Okay, it didn't make a lot of sense. Most of this didn't make a lot of sense, like John clearly stated so often. Okay, and so when they speak of the prophet, so there's like connecting all the dots. Yes, this is a prophet now, but there's still not at a stage where, like the Samaritans in chapter 4, where they said, "You're the Savior of the world." Or the next chapter, chapter 5, of this leaders whose son who were healed as well. Okay, and so yeah, this is a prophet. This is a prophet. But remember, Jesus is more than just a prophet. They're still growing the knowledge. So they believe because they ate. They believe because of signs. Not yet because of the words. Unlike actually the Gentiles out there. Okay, so yes, they could not fully understand Jesus' concept of what exactly will this prophet be? What exactly are they saying when they're saying that this truth really is the prophet? More beautiful orchids here. Right, so verse 41. Others said, "This is the Christ." But some said, "Is the Christ to come from Galilee?" So see, some of them now already starting to say this is more than just a prophet. This is the Christ. This is the Messiah, right? Not just a prophet higher than Moses, but this is now ultimately the Christ, the Messiah. So there is in them, from prophet to Messiah, they reach that top of this is the Messiah, and they're right. But then the others were like, but this is not how it's supposed. The Messiah, Christ, the Messiah is not supposed to come from Galilee, because nothing good. Remember chapter 1. As well, with Thomas, they're saying nothing good can come from it's not supposed to come from Galilee. Nothing good comes from Nazareth, right? And so that's still in their mind. Nothing good can come from there. Okay, so is this the Christ? Is this a beautiful orchid? Is that a more beautiful orchid? Those orchids over there more beautiful? In this sense, concerning the beauty of the orchids, it depends on your view. Okay, like a bit like for them here, depending on their view or their knowledge of. Okay, are you preconceived towards liking pink a bit more than, kind of spotty pink with purple? I guess I would go for the spotty pink one, because I've seen lots of these purple ones, right? Those red ones over there or the orange ones over there are quite nice as well, but these pink ones a little bit less. I've seen a little less of them, so that predisposes me a bit more towards liking them. And so in Jesus' case as well, these people's case, so what is the predisposition? Why? So some saying, yes, he is a prophet or the Messiah in this verse. And I'll say, no, Messiah can't come. So you predispose, you don't like this color, although it might be the most beautiful because you've seen lots of them and therefore you don't like it. So you kind of have this knowledge of Christ and he can't come, nothing good can come from Nazareth. So therefore you don't see them anymore as beautiful. And you see few of them, so you think they are more beautiful. So it can't be these, right? So they can't be the most beautiful. Christ can't be from the Messiah, can't come from Galilee. Therefore we're saying But ultimately, we do know that the problem is not so much the predisposition concerning seeing many of these or many of those, etc., right? But the fact that they don't have the Spirit. They don't believe. So it's not seeing more of this and less of that that makes you think those ones are more beautiful. Like, I think they are more beautiful, these pink ones, but the Spirit in you. And he just spoke about the Spirit in you, then the living waters flowing out of you. Then you will be able to determine, is he the Messiah, right? Or nothing good can come from Galilee. So do you have the Spirit? Do you know the answer?